Yeah, you're welcome again to this wonderful section. And this is Dreammaker Hub. And please, if you have not been watching our videos, just try to, take a look into some of our videos and tell us how you feel and give us your responses. And please don't fail to like, at the end of watching the videos, or just subscribe. A lot of people are asking, hey, make some videos on the where clause. What's it all about? And why do I need it in SQL? I'm going to tell you, the where clause is actually one of the most used syntax, all right, that you ever come across in SQL. All right. So now I want you to connect to your the management studio that we're going to use, and then we just connect to your management studio. Please, if you have not been following us, please try to see how to install the management studio, and also how to import the database that we're using for this training. So if you look at my databases here, actually I'm working with the AdventureWorks 2017. So you can come to your database and you will see AdventureWorks 2017. I also have the AdventureWorks DW 2017, but I'm going to use that for another training later. The first thing is that your editor is already open. And so let's look at the where clause. The where clause. Okay, so now if you look at the where clause carefully, now let me give you a scenario or an instance. For example, you are in a class, okay, or you're studying in university, and you have the male and the female, all right, in your class, and now they want you to just give us let's say the age of the students, all right, and where the gender is female. Okay, so now you see that when you say the where clause, what comes into your mind when you say where the gender is female? All right, that means you are trying to filter. So I would say the where clause is you're just trying to filter something. All right, you're trying to, from the whole data set, from the whole table that you have, you want something very specific that you want to use for your analysis, or depends on the specification that your company has given to you, or you're working with, or depends on the use case that you're trying to implement. So if you use the where clause, now, like I said, it's just like you're just trying to filter. So now let's look at this AdventureWorks 2017, and let's look at the table we're going to work on. And at the moment, I'm still working on the human resources employee table. So ensure that you have the same, so that we're on the same page. So first, let's see what we have in that table, and then we can now do some questions, okay, or some examples that will help you to understand it properly. So now select all, from human. So the intelligence is working. If your intelligence is not working, try to set it up, okay? Human resource employee. All right. So this gives us an insight into what is in the table. So now we can run this, and please make sure that here AdventureWorks 2017 is chosen. So if you run this, you're going to have all the columns and the rows they are displayed. All right, this is a table. So now what we want to do is that we want to use the where clause. So we're going to filter something out, okay, from this table. All right. So now we're going to select where, for example, the business identity ID is 4. All right, let's start with something very simple. So we're going to say select that. Okay, now I want to write another statement so that I have this, at my side, so that I know what is going on. So I can say select all right, I'll say everything, the asterisk sign, from human resource. You can copy, it's not a problem, but select everything from human resource employee. Now look at the where now. Where, you see? So we want to say business entity ID. You see, I can click on it. Now it's equal to, all right, let's say 4. Now, if I select this, that means I am trying to get a specification, something very specific, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to filter based on what I want, actually. So if I run this line of code, And you see that it's just going to give me where the business entity ID is for. And that is what has happened now. All right. So that's the first where clause, we're talking about. So now let's look at another where clause that will help us. For example, now let's look at again. Let's look at our table properly and then see what is going to happen. So now we're going to select multiple columns, and then we're going to use a where clause also. So if, for example, I'm going to select multiple columns, select, let's say from, I like to write this so that my intelligence can work. So the reason, or let me just say so that you understand what I'm doing. Let me put the asterisk again from, all right, human resources dot employee. All right. So now I just want multiple columns. And so what are the columns that I actually need and that I want to use now? So let me say I need a business entity ID. And I type that, okay. And I also need, I need a job title. I need that. And I need the marital status and the gender. So I want to get marital status. And I also need the gender. Okay, so now that I have this, so if I run this now, but I want to select, actually my intention is that I want to filter it to just the male gender. Now, if I run this line of code, you'll see that it's going to give me, it's going to give me the columns that I selected, but it's still giving me all the columns, and that is what it's doing now because I have 290 rows. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use the where clause to filter. So where, all right, now look at it carefully, gender, okay, is a male, M. All right, please note. So you see that because this one is a text, so that's why I put it in single quotation mark, okay? But when it was a number or if something numeric, I don't need to put this, all right? Initially, we had 290 rows. Now let's look at how many rows we're going to have here now. So we want to see how many male workers are actually here. So how many male employees? So if you run this, so you now have 206 rows. So you have more males. And you can see that everything here now, the gender is just the all males, okay? There's no female anymore. So this is just the way to use the where clause. Next phase we're going to work on this is this. Now, if you look at it, we have been able to select just a single. All right, we've been able to select single. So now in the next class, I'm going to teach you how to select multiple, at a time, so that if you have, for example, where you want to select more business entity ID. For example, now I'm just selecting only 4. What about if I want where business entity ID is 4, 5, 6, or where business entity ID is, you just want to select a particular range. So there are also ways to do that. But with this is just a simple introduction to the where statement. And the where statement helps you to filter what you want to do. So don't forget, if you love this teaching and you're interested to get more videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So, and also leave your comment. It will also help us to know what you want and what you don't understand. So thank you very much. And we will see in our next lecture, I'll say for advanced filtering. So I wish you a good day.